Hey guys, welcome to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. If you're not new here, welcome back, y'all. My name is Danielle. Many of you know me as Elle, and welcome to my spiritual journey. Okay, so today I am going to be talking about the phases of the moon. Actually, just one phase, but this is going to start a series where I will be talking about the 8 phases of the moon. I want to just show you how you can use the moon's energy to help you along your spiritual journey and how I use it to help me on my spiritual journey and just to kind of do like a checks and balances to see if you are aligned with the energy that is going on and that you may feel that you don't even realize that you feel. Okay, so we're going to start with the new moon today. And today does happen to be us being in the new moon energy. So, with the new moon, you will notice that the moon is 0% illuminated, right? And take in and see how you feel when it's essentially a dark moon, right? There's nothing out there. Do you feel like moving? Do you feel like doing things? You know, there are some people that I may listen to and hear, and for the new moon, like they have all these things that they want to do and set out to do, and they start doing it for the new moon. Not me. I'm not. I just don't really have that energy. Um, this is something for people who may be a little more advanced. I'm just going to put it out here with the new moon energy as well. For me, I notice a lot of people come January 1, they're like, okay, it's the start of the year. Let's do this. And they have all these things that they want to do, whether they call them resolutions or whatever. But they have all these things that they want to do starting in January. They're all gung-ho and everything. And for me, that still feels like new moon energy. I am not trying to do anything, right? Like for me, January, it is cold. I don't want to do things. I'm sitting there like this is still like winter. And to me, winter is a time about planning, just the same way that you have where some of your animals become less active in the winter. Like it's time to be planning. It's time for resting, all the things. Now, come spring equinox, y'all, come March, I'm ready. Like let's go. Let's do our thing, And so the January thing to me, that's still a time of planning, like being easy. I'm not trying to give 100% at all. And so that's how I feel with the new moon. The new moon for me is the same thing. It's like I'm not trying to put things into action. I'm trying to set intentions. Okay, how do I want this lunar cycle to look, right? Now, before we even get to that, trust that I have a list, right? I have a list, and on my list is going to be a lot of goals that I have. And it may be goals that I've set for an entire year. And those goals are going to be personal goals and they're also going to be business goals. Now, this other part that I'm about to say is a little more advanced as well. So I'm only going to mention it and then I'm going to back off. So I take a goal. Let's say that I'm going to take a goal. I take more than one goal, but I take a goal that may be on my list that is business or a goal that is personal. Whatever it is, I'm going to take a goal and then I'm going to look at the sign that we are in for that lunar cycle. And again, the lunar cycle is going to start with the new moon. This new moon, December 1st, 2024, we are in Sagittarius. And so with that, I would love to be like, okay, that's about being adventurous, So let's say one of my things is to exercise. Well, now I want to exercise, which is a goal, personal goal, but then I want to match it with the energy of the zodiac sign, Sagittarius, adventurous. So now I'm gonna find an adventurous way to move my body, right? And so that would be a way for me to take that goal and be like, okay, instead of when I wrote the goal down and be like, how am I going to go about exercising? How am I going to go about moving my body? When it actually comes for me to pull that goal to work on it for that lunar cycle, which is now, then I'd be like, okay, Sagittarius, adventurous. Let's do something adventurous, And I'm like, okay, aerial silks, hiking, those things right there. Those are great ways for me to move my body, right? I've done both of those things. And it's just like, let's do one of those things, something that's going to be like more than, okay, jumping jacks, walking in place, things like that. Even dancing or whatever would be like, okay, these are great ways to move my body. And so those are ways that I would take, and I'm like, okay, now let me be more serious about my intention, right? How can is this actually practical for me? Do I have time to do aerial silks? Do I have time to do hiking? Is the weather going to be something where I want to be outside and hiking? If it's not conducive to me doing that, then maybe I shouldn't do that. Do I have places where I want to go hiking, where I feel safe? How about aerial silks? If you're someone who loves the idea of aerial silks, sounds fine, but for you to be in front of a lot of people, maybe you don't like that. My experience with aerial silks has been that it's been in a gymnasium. It's been in a gym where people are doing gymnastics and things like that. And so you may not be the only one in there with your aerial civics class. Like there may be people behind you tumbling, their parents, whatever the case is, it's going to be other people there. And if you feel some kind of way about people potentially looking at you while you're struggling to get up the silks, whatever the case is, maybe that's not for you. But again, this is your time to to start setting your intentions, right? And so maybe your other thing is like, okay, I want to do like 27 minutes. If I can do 27 minutes a day, um, that's going to be good. And then after this lunar cycle of me being consistent with 27 minutes, maybe then next lunar cycle, I can increase it to 37 minutes. These are all the things that I would be doing for this new moon phase. I am not taking action. Okay, that's just me. And again, the same energy that I have, I noticed that y'all, it like notice how you feel for this is a task, an assignment, y'all. Notice how you feel for the new moon, and then notice if you feel that way throughout a day. Notice if you feel that way throughout certain days of the week. Like, notice it. It's going to be a thing. If you pay attention, it is a thing, right? It is something that recurs. It is a pattern. It is a cycle that goes and goes. And that's why I was like, for me, come January, I'm not out there being like, oh, well, let me go knock these things off my list. No, come back and holler at me come March, right? Spring equinox, I got you. But until then, like I don't want to play. I don't want to, right? So, I'll still be doing some goals like I do for each lunar cycle, but I'm not going to be starting brand new stuff and things like that. Like we'll talk about that later. Um, and so that's what I would do for that. Something else that I feel would be impractical for me is to take that I want to exercise and move my body. To me, it would not be practical for me to be like, I want to lose 15 pounds this month. What is my structure? Like what's going on? Like is that what kind of intention is that for me to set for this lunar cycle? Like I don't know what you want me to do. I want to lose 15 pounds, not me, because that would be too much for me to lose. But it's like I want to lose 15 pounds, but without that guidance, without that structure, trust that whole month is gonna go by and I'm not gonna lose anything because you didn't tell me what to do. So for me, I need something more structured that's like, okay, we're gonna follow this zodiac sign. This zodiac sign is like, girl, get out there, be adventurous, do some stuff. And so it's like, okay, that's how I want to do with moving my body. Maybe I have where I'm writing a book. And if I'm writing a book and it's saying adventurous and so, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go after such and such a character because such and such a character is this kind of person. And that's when I'm gonna write about that person, write about that chapter, write about that whatever for my book because I'm going to be staying in the energy, but I also want to be with that zodiac sign. So it just depends on how you want to do it, but I'm putting it out there. And I will not me talking about the zodiac signs for real for the rest of the for the rest of the phases, but I just wanted to help you understand what I do and how I do things. There is no right or wrong way. Again, I'm saying what I do, and I'm wanting you to open up and to see how things are. And as y'all know, I'm always just like, what do you do? How do you feel in the comment section? Like, let me know. But for real, for me, when it's dark outside, like I'm not trying to do anything. Just be easy. Just I'm just being easy. I'm setting my intentions And that's what it is. Like I'm not sitting there like, oh man, like, and again, see how you feel. There are some people who are just like, Monday is when we start going in real hard on all these things. Sometimes Monday is just not the day, but how do you feel? Like, what day of the week is it that you feel like doing things? Maybe it's not the day of the week, maybe it's a time of the day. For me, I'm not trying to wake up and just go, 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 go. Now, I may wake up and do my writing, do tarot, do things like that, but I'm not trying to jump out of the bed and do things, right? I'm trying to stay easy and stay in that energy that is right there for me to do my connecting, and then let's go do some stuff. Let me get to work. Let me do those things. But yeah, see how you feel, right? For the new moon, see how you feel. And let's see what else. Do you feel, okay, so when you see how you feel, do you feel it before the new moon? Do you feel it after the new moon? Because the energy of the moon can last between 2 and 3 days, right? And so there are some people, which I'm one of those people as well. It just depends on how things are, that I can feel it 2 to 3 days before the new moon. I may be feeling some kind of way. 2 to 3 days after the new moon, I may be feeling some kind of way. I have work. I'm supposed to do something every single day, but when this new moon energy comes, man, I'm like, I don't feel like doing nothing. I don't feel like doing nothing. And so it's a good thing for me to have stuff already stacked up. Because if I don't feel like producing, it's good for me to have things that I've already produced, if that makes sense. And so, if I feel like, let's say that I'm writing, which I am. Let's say that I'm writing, and I'm working on my book, and I know when this new moon, like I'm supposed to like crank out, X amount a day. It may be a goal for me, but when that new moon energy hits, man, I'm like, I don't really know. I feel like maybe I have writer's block, or maybe I just don't feel like writing, whatever the case is. I allow for that. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm not falling behind. I'm okay. Give myself that break. I don't want to burn myself out. I don't want to push myself beyond limits, right? I know that I have it. I know that it'll get out, but I also respect myself that when I need to have that break, take that break, right? I respect that everything's going to go in a cycle. Everything's going to come back around, and that energy is going to come in and just flood in, and it's going to be like, I need to cut this out. So yeah, just see how you feel and leave in the comment section below. Like, how do you feel? Do you feel the new moon energy before the new moon comes? Do you feel it at the time of the new moon? Do you feel it after the new moon? And then for kicks and giggles, like how do you feel come January 1, January 2 or 3? Are you one of those people that's like, it's January, I need to get out and get all these things. I need to start, January 1st after New Year's party or whatever. Are you immediately working on losing weight, or are you one that's just like, nah, I'm still planning? Because like me, yeah, check back with me in March. So yeah, that's what I have. Tomorrow I will be doing the full moon. I know I'm gonna just take it out of order. Just for tomorrow, I'm going to do the full moon, and then we're going to get back in order with the phases. And again, it's just because that's how I learned it. And it's a way that is not overwhelming. And hopefully, we're going to get out the little jitteriness, and you'll start to understand the phases, right? They'll make more sense to you, and all the things in between. Please do not feel forget or don't hesitate to leave a comment, like if it's something that you need me to clarify or whatever the case is, because we got this. We're doing this together. All right. Now, guys, don't forget to comment, subscribe, share, like, and I'll chat with you later. Bye, y'all. Happy new moon.